So a couple of days ago, I was doing some reading about Volkswagen, the car, and their marketing because someone told me that they have been up to some really interesting stuff. And I later discovered this magazine ad that they put out in the late 1960s. And at first, it looked like a pretty ordinary ad, but after I read the copy and tried to understand it for a bit, I was blown away. So I thought, let's make a video about that and let's see what people think. So the ad's on your screen right now. So pause the video, let the copy sink in, and let's see if our thoughts match. So first of all, the headline: 33 years later, he got the bug. Now this is such an important detail because if this man hasn't got a new car in 33 years, it is most likely that he is already famous in his neighborhood for using the same car for 33 years. Now, if this person hasn't gotten a new car for 33 years and now he makes his next purchase, it says a lot about him, doesn't it? It says that he thinks before he leaps. Now, our human mind is hardwired for someone else to take the lead. In the world of business, investors, before they invest in a company, they look if an investor better than them has invested before, so that they can just follow their lead. Movie recommendations: we check if reviews are good, if reviewers have liked the film, if they've wrote about the film in a nice way. So we always wait for someone else to take the lead before we jump in, because obviously we don't want to waste our time. And now in this case, Mr. Gillis has taken the lead. And it sends a strong signal that for 33 years, this man hasn't bought a car. And if he's going for this particular car of this particular brand, then it potentially might as well be damn good. Now, the second thing that the advertiser has done here is to address Mr. Gillis's existing car. Now, he might have gotten a car because his existing car might have reached the end of its life, and that's a fair assumption to make. But here, he and his 1929 Model A Ford did just fine by each other. Now this adds such a layer of credibility to the ad. It shows that Mr. Gillis didn't really need a new car to buy at this point, but even though he didn't need it, he just went for it. Another genius move is to include the picture of the Ford to show proof that the existing car is just doing fine. And even though this is free advertising for Ford, it was very smart on Volkswagen's part to have gone with this decision to display the picture. Now moving on, Mr. Gillis, 78, a justice of the peace and not given to any hasty decisions. Your inspectors sure do a good job of inspecting. Now this gives us a sneak peek into this individual's personal life, shows us that he's very careful with his decisions and he does not praise very easily. And even in this quote, we see that he's been very reluctant to admit his fascination for the car. So he's just kept it minimal, his words minimal, but he ended up buying the car. So that shows that he doesn't praise too much, and for a man who doesn't praise too much, and for a man who doesn't succumb to fandom and fascination, to have gone and bought the car, again, that is a layer of trust that want-to-be buyers of Volkswagen consumers would get. He did mention that he and Mrs. Gillis took a trip for their 54th anniversary. Now this is sort of like icing on the cake, because anniversaries are damn special, aren't they? And people plan their anniversary days with special events. Now in this case, the special event for Mrs. Gillis and his wife is to take a ride on their new car, which is the Beetle. Now to subtly portray the celebration of an anniversary, which is very dear to the individual, which is very personal, and to bring the product into such a personal experience, that puts the product in good books. So yeah, as I was doing some reading of the making of this ad and soaking its genius, one thing that struck me was that advertisers, they go sometimes all guns blazing and hard sell their products, but it just shows that sometimes if you just find the right subject, a short personal story, a simple personal story also can go a long way in selling your products. So yeah, those were some of my thoughts as I read this piece. Let me know if it brought any value to you, and let me know what were your first impressions when you read the copy and you read the ad. Let me know in the comment section below, and I will see you in the next one. Cheers.